Go ahead.
It's probably going to take about 10 minutes.
That's okay, because I don't have a great memory.
And there's really not a lot to this.
Yeah, just even if I do the major steps there.
How old's the motor that's in here?
Last year I bought it.
Last year?
Yeah. And I had one that ran for a long time. You said you didn't even have any of them or anything. And that was a sealed bushing, I think.
A bearing. That was a bearing.
Yeah.
This is a bushing motor.
Yeah.
That's hard. A lot of dust in your area. All this dust just came out of there.
And what does that mean?
That means it's not running at its peak efficiency because some dust is restricting air movement. I mean, it wasn't real bad. I've seen them worse.
Yeah. So what do you do? Once in a while, take that off and then suck
If
all that.
If you had an air compressor, the best thing to do is blow air at it. Like 90 pounds of air from a blow nozzle.
Yeah. But where does that blow it? Blow it into the whole atmosphere?
Well, it's going to blow it in, some of it into the air, and the rest of it could go underneath the burner unit, which needs cleaned out periodically anyway.
Yeah. What is that? 3 in 1
oil. Yep. And you see the white felt pad?
Yeah.
We're just going to keep dripping oil around there until it won't hold anymore. The felt pad's pretty large, so it will hold up and store quite a bit of oil. And when it starts getting real wet, then we know it's full. And we're going to pull this out. Work this off. Make sure that bushing stays on there.
On which side? Can you tell which side it is?
On the geared side, or the spline side.
Okay.
And then down in here, there's another bushing that has a smaller felt pad, but they only put 3 tiny little, like 1/16 of an inch holes. So what I'm going to do is just drip some oil around this like brass retaining. And allow some oil to drip down through those holes. It ain't going to hold a lot of oil. I can see it bubbling. You see it? I don't know if you could see it really well through that, but you could see it's bubbling where its oil's getting sucked into it. And again, it's a smaller felt pad. It won't take as much oil. Then we're going to wipe up our excess oil that we have down in there. Like that. We're going to take this, slip it back down in. Slip that on there. If there's any excess oil on this, just take your rag and wipe it off. fine thread screws sometimes can be a bugger to get started.
You have to catch them just right.
Yeah, you'll know because it won't go in. The other side started 1, 2, 3.
Is that a special screwdriver?
Yeah, this is a Torx screwdriver. It's all chewed up. I don't remember what size it is. T20.
T20
I don't know if you can
Torx.
see that. Torx T20.
T20 Torx. Okay.
Hardware store has them. Now before I go any farther, I'm just going to plug it in. Which sounds good, so everything's working. Now we just got to put the rest of it back together.
And if it made like a...
If you heard like a squealing sound or like gears grinding, clunking, then you know there's something internally wrong with the motor.
Mm-hmm. And how does a motor, how long does it last?
If you do this at least once a year, you should get 10 years out of this motor.
Mm. And then you just tighten that up. The fan on there, that just pushes on?
That just pushes on, and you have to be careful once we're all done here tightening these screws that you don't push it on too far, because you could push it all the way up and it'll rub, it'll hit the top.
Oh.
I'll show you how to do that in a second here. It's simple. But now at least you know you're ready to go for this heating season with this. This is the heart of the stove.
Yeah, yeah, and that's all I wanted, to make sure that the glass was okay.
Yep. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to check to make sure these are tight. That one was a little loose. That one was. And now in here, you just get it started. You see this flat edge right here?
Mm-hmm.
The wheel just has to be down below that by about 1/4 of an inch. You see right about, so you see the gap here?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
And we'll just plug it in once it's together one last time. Good airflow. It's quiet. The arm's spinning at about the right speed it should be. You're good.